Okay, so this is Tanya Johnson Jones, and I'm here sharing with you the Small Business Expense Tracker. And the reason why you're receiving this email with this video is because you've already purchased this book. And I thank you for your purchase, and I'm here to help you maximize your tax benefits. So I just want to go over this book and then show you the Small Business Excel workbook that goes with this book to help you automate your tracking system. So I'm going to get straight to the expense portion. So this is your daily expense records, and as you know, here you're going to put down the category, the expense source, your expense date, whether you use cash or credit, and your total amount of expenses. This form right here, this form is your travel, meals, and entertainment form. Use this form for away travel. And as you see on the very first one, it gives you exactly the example, trip one this year, the dates of the trip, the location, how many days you were away. Remember, I definitely state that you should use the standard meal rate when away travel. That way you don't have to keep up with receipts, and that way you'll get the maximum amount allowable for meals. The purpose of your trip is always business. Did anyone accompany you on this trip? The cost of lodging, the cost of meals, and I got this number because the standard rate is $46 a day times 3 days, and that's how much I get to claim for my meals for my away trip without providing any receipts. So you're also able to annotate your air, your rental car, and the miles driven. So you'll get 3 of those forms in the book. And then you're going to go to your monthly expenses. So this is where the Small Business Excel workbooks come into play, because now you have to go back to your daily expense records, which is right here, and you have to add all the categories that's office supplies. And then you would put them here on the monthly expense record right up here, and you would go to office supplies. You would add up everything that's on the monthly expense records, and you would put it that total amount in that section. Okay? And then as you see, once you get to the quarters, it'll have the quarterly expense records as well. So here's March. That's the end of the first quarter. And there's your quarterly expense records. Again, you would have to add up all of the 3 months to get your quarterly expenses. So you'll have to add January, February, and March to get your total advertising cost for the first quarter. Now, I'm going to show you why purchasing the Small Business Expense Tracker Excel workbook is important to go along with this document right here. So I'm going to pull up that really quick for you. And I'm going to show you my Small Business Excel tracker that I've already completed this year. Let me make that large. Now I want to point out some things with you. This is an Excel workbook, and you definitely have to download it on the computer that you're going to use to do your taxes. It's not compatible with Apple products. I'm on my Mac, but I have an Excel program on my Mac, so therefore I'm able to use it. So for 1 week only, for those individuals that have already purchased the Small Business Expense Tracker, I'm going to sell the Small Business Excel workbook for 50% off. Now, I'm going to show you how to utilize it and why it's important and why you want to grab it. So look at the bottom. You'll have your tabs. The tabs will have all of your daily records. So you see here, it has January daily, February daily, March daily. So those are the same things that's in your book. But if you come up here, there's a drop-down tab right here. So hopefully you can see my mouse circling the drop-down tab. When you click that drop-down tab, it has you're going to click in the box, and it has a drop-down tag, and every category that's on the Schedule C is there. So you're going to choose whichever category that expense was for. This one is for supplies. I bought it from Staples, and on January the 30th, and I used my business credit card, and the total was $19.30. So you're going to do this for every month. So basically all you have to do is go into January, and everything that you put in your small business expense tracker, you're just going to type it in here. This is exactly what my 11-year-old did for me this year. Then you're going to go to February and do the exact same thing. And then March. So now you see my March is done, but this is why this is so important. When I click on my quarter, everything that I put in to advertise it adds up, and it's in my quarter expenses. Let's go down to something that I expense. See my supplies? I spent a total of $818.31 in January, $186.97 in February, $342.51 in March, which gives me, for my first quarter in supplies, I spent $1,347.97. And this automatically adds it up for you. All you're doing, and you can pay an assistance and your child, hint, use that as contract labor. Right up here is one of the categories. And I paid my daughter $5 for each tab she filled out. She spent out 12 of these, so that was $60. And on my book one, because I started selling my book in October, I started creating the workbook in October, so that's when my expenses started. So October, November, December, 3 months, and for that one. So she got $5 for each tab, but I get to write that off as contract labor. So she went in, and all she did was chose the category, put in exactly what I wrote in the small business expense tracker with the amount and the credit card, and voila. If you go all the way down, that's my first quarter. I'm going to click on April, daily expenses she typed in, May, June, daily expenses, second quarter. Boom, it's already annotated for you. You can make notes. If the category is other is there. Or you can only make the drop-down menu come down on the daily expense record. So if other is there, you can choose other, and then you can go over into not mortgage other, but other expenses, which is down here. Then you can go over to the notes section, and you can write down that this other was for personal development, or this other was for training, conferences, because those are not categories on the Schedule C, but they're definitely categories that we use a lot. So you can definitely write that in the other, and the others are, the note section is found on every category. The cool thing about this, and why you want this, is because once you get down to your fourth quarter, your whole Schedule C is completely done in the exact same order as on the expenses in the Schedule C, and all you have to do is print this out and give it to your CPA or your tax consultant. So again, 1 week only for everyone that has already purchased the small business expense tracker. We're going to send you an email with this code in it to get your small business expense tracker for 50% off. Thank you, and God bless.